Have you ever imagined what it would be like to live the life of your dreams? That life where finances are not a concern, where you feel at peace with what you have and still have more than enough to enjoy what life has to offer. Most people think this is something distant, something that only happens to a few privileged. But what if I told you that you could start feeling rich right now, without waiting another day? It may seem unbelievable, but the law of attraction has everything to do with it. And the good news is that, with the right tools, you can transform your mindset and start attracting wealth into your life much faster than you imagine. Let's talk about this. If there's one thing that few people realize, it's that what really attracts wealth are not just positive thoughts, but the feelings that these thoughts generate. Have you ever noticed that when you're excited about something, everything seems to start going right? This happens because the universe responds to the emotional frequency we emit. The law of attraction doesn't work just because you repeat pretty phrases in the mirror, it responds to the real energy you put into it. Feeling prosperous, before you even see the money in your account, is the first big step towards manifesting abundance. Now, I know what you might be thinking, but how am I going to feel rich if my reality is different? That's exactly where the secret lies. Creating feelings of wealth does not depend on your bank balance, but on your mental state. Try remembering a time when you felt financially secure, even if it was something simple like paying a bill without worry. Relive this emotion, intensify it, and your subconscious will begin to look for ways to repeat this experience. The brain doesn't distinguish reality from imagination, and that's where the game changes. A good practical exercise to awaken this emotion is to associate feelings of wealth with daily experiences. When drinking coffee, for example, do so with the attitude of someone who can afford the best beans in the world. When you put on an outfit, feel like you're wearing a designer outfit, even if it's just a basic t-shirt. The question is not what you have now, but how you feel about what you have. Small changes in your perception create a different vibration, and the universe responds to this. But of course, it's not enough to just feel, you need to align that emotion with actions that reinforce your new reality. If you start to feel rich but continue to act like someone who fears losing money, there is an energetic conflict. Bob Proctor talked about this a lot. Your behavior needs to be aligned with your vision of prosperity. And that's exactly what we're going to explore in the next point, how, in fact, the law of attraction works in practice. Many people think that the law of attraction is magical, as if you just want something and wait for it to fall from the sky. But the truth is that it works based on a very clear principle: you attract what vibrates at the same frequency as your predominant thoughts and feelings. In other words, if you're worried about bills and repeat in your mind that money is hard to earn, guess what the universe gives you back? More situations that confirm this belief. The secret is to change the emotional and mental frequency so that reality also adjusts to this new vibration. And that doesn't just mean thinking positive and repeating affirmations without feeling it. The key is in the combination of thought, emotion, and action. Think of it this way: imagining yourself prosperous is like putting an address into your GPS, but you still have to get in your car and drive. In other words, visualizing wealth without acting in accordance with this mentality is like wanting to reach a destination without leaving your place. The law of attraction does not replace effort, it enhances results by aligning your energy with your goals. A practical way to put this into action is to replace negative thoughts with powerful questions. Instead of thinking, "Why am I always broke?" try, "How can I create more opportunities for prosperity today?" The brain loves to solve problems, so when you change the question, it starts looking for answers and solutions that previously went unnoticed. Small changes like this make all the difference in how you attract abundance into your life. And if you still have doubts about the power of this mindset, just look at the big names who have applied these principles. One of them is Bob Proctor, who dedicated his life to studying and teaching how the prosperity mentality transforms realities. He understood that true wealth begins in the mind before manifesting in the outer world. And that's exactly what we'll talk about next: how to develop this prosperous mindset in a practical and effective way. Bob Proctor always said, "If you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand." He understood that wealth does not begin with money, but with a mindset that attracts money. And the most interesting thing? He himself was living proof of this. Bob went from an ordinary life, without great opportunities, to become one of the greatest references in prosperity in the world. He realized that the only thing he needed to change was not his job, nor his luck, but the way he thought about wealth. One of the most powerful concepts he taught was that money is attracted to those who feel worthy of it. And here's a crucial point: if, deep down, you believe that making money is difficult or that rich people are greedy, your mind will sabotage any attempt at getting rich. Bob reinforced that we need to reprogram these beliefs and act like someone who already has abundance. This does not mean spending without discretion, but rather adopting the attitude and habits of those who already live in prosperity. And he wasn't just talking about theory. Bob Proctor recommended daily practices to strengthen this mindset, such as writing affirmations, constantly reading books about wealth, and developing financial discipline. One of his methods was to write himself a check for the amount he would like to earn and look at it every day, feeling the excitement of already having that money. This simple practice has helped countless people change their financial reality. But mentality without action does not generate results. Bob always reinforced that thinking like a prosperous person must be accompanied by attitudes aligned with that vision. If you feel rich, you start to make smarter financial decisions, see opportunities that previously went unnoticed, and put yourself in the world in a different way. And one of the most powerful tools for this is visualization, which is precisely what we will see in the next topic. If you haven't incorporated visualization as a daily practice, you're missing out on one of the most powerful tools for attracting prosperity. I know, it may seem simple, but the truth is that visualizing is more than just imagining what you want. It is about truly experiencing, with all your senses, the experience of wealth. Bob Proctor always said that the mind doesn't know how to distinguish the real from the imagined, and that's exactly why visualization becomes such a strong catalyst for the law of attraction. When you see yourself as rich, your brain starts to act as if you already are. A good example is imagining yourself in your dream home. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine yourself entering it. Feel the floor under your feet, visualize every detail of the environment, and even imagine the smell of the place. This creates such an intense emotion that your body begins to align with the vibration of abundance. Over time, this feeling becomes so real that you begin to take actions and attract opportunities that previously seemed impossible. I recommend creating a visualization routine every day, preferably in the morning, right after waking up. Instead of starting the day already burdened with tasks, take a few minutes to imagine yourself living the life of your dreams. This simple exercise can transform the way you deal with daily challenges and how you see the opportunities that arise around you. Constant practice creates a deep emotional connection with your goal, and it is this connection that causes the law of attraction to come into play. Now, of course, visualization alone is not enough. You need to deeply believe that you are worthy of what you are visualizing. If, during the exercise, thoughts of doubt appear, this is normal, but it is important to learn to push them away and reinforce the belief that what you are creating mentally is possible. And it is precisely this confidence that takes us to the next step, the relationship between gratitude and abundance, something fundamental to enhancing the law of attraction. Have you ever stopped to think about the power that gratitude has in the process of attracting more into your life? Gratitude is one of the most powerful keys to unlocking the flow of abundance. When you start to sincerely be grateful for what you have, instead of focusing on what you lack, your vibration completely changes. Bob Proctor said that gratitude is the key that opens the doors to prosperity. By expressing gratitude, you transmit positive energy that makes the universe want to reciprocate. And that's where the real attraction process begins. It seems simple, but this daily gesture has a profound impact. When you give thanks for even the little things, a meal, your health, your home, you are emitting a frequency of abundance. This type of mindset is fundamental because it attracts more reasons to be grateful. I know that sometimes it can be difficult to feel gratitude when things are not going well, but it is precisely in these moments that it has the power to transform everything. Try starting your day by being grateful for 3 simple things you have. This can be an incredible shift in perspective. Gratitude also helps eliminate the scarcity mentality, the idea that there isn't enough to go around. When you are grateful for what you have, even if you are still seeking more, you begin to realize that you are already surrounded by abundance. And this feeling is one of the main attractors of more prosperity. Have you ever noticed how grateful people tend to be happier and more fulfilled? This is no coincidence, it's the law of attraction at work. And by incorporating gratitude into your daily life, you begin to notice that your life becomes richer, not just financially, but in every aspect. This state of abundance begins to expand naturally. When we talk about prosperity, we are not just talking about money, but about wealth in all areas of life. And by practicing this consistently, you will see how the energy of gratitude itself begins to create a fertile field for the next step, eliminating limiting beliefs about money. When you begin to apply the law of attraction and realize that gratitude is essential to attracting more prosperity, the next step is to identify and eliminate the limiting beliefs you have about money. These beliefs may be so deep that you don't even realize them, but they have a huge impact on your financial life. Bob Proctor always said that the biggest obstacle to achieving wealth is not the lack of opportunities, but the ideas and limitations that you carry in your mind. Many times, without realizing it, you have been conditioned to believe that money is something dirty, difficult to obtain, or that only those who work very hard can be rich. One of the most common beliefs is that money doesn't bring happiness, but in fact, money, in and of itself, isn't the problem. What really matters is how you see and use it. If you see money as a tool for good, as something that can enable experiences, help others, and increase your freedom, that belief begins to transform. When you begin to free yourself from these limitations, you open yourself up to new opportunities, and the flow of money begins to expand. A good way to identify these limiting beliefs is to pay attention to your thoughts and words when it comes to money. For example, if you constantly think money is hard to make, or I'm not good with money, these are beliefs that need to be reprogrammed. From there, replace these ideas with positive, realistic affirmations. Repeat to yourself that you are able to attract and manage money well. Create a new story about what money means to you. And remember, eliminating these beliefs is not an instantaneous process. It takes practice and patience. It may be necessary to do this work every day, but each time you challenge and replace a negative belief, you will be closer to creating the mental space for financial success. This opens the door to the next step, acting as if you are already rich. Let's explore this now, because this is where the magic really starts to happen. When we talk about the law of attraction, people often get stuck in the idea that you need to wait until you have what you want and then act like it. But the truth is, to attract wealth, you need to act like you're already rich. This means adopting the mindset and behavior of someone who already lives in abundance. Bob Proctor constantly talked about this. Your life needs to reflect what you want to create. The secret is to act in a way that is congruent with your desire for prosperity, without waiting for an external change to take the first step. This does not mean spending uncontrollably or acting irresponsibly. Acting as if you are already rich means making decisions that are aligned with your vision of success. It's about starting to treat your finances with more respect and discipline. If you want to be rich, you must start seeing money as a resource to be managed wisely. This can be as simple as starting to make a budget, investing in financial education courses, or saving regularly, even if it's a small amount. Each of these steps sends a signal to the universe that you are ready to receive more. Furthermore, acting rich involves the way you behave and position yourself in the world. Prosperous people see themselves as deserving of success, and this feeling shows in their attitudes. They are not afraid to put themselves in situations that challenge their growth. They seek to learn and surround themselves with people who share the same goals. So, think, how does someone who has already achieved success act? How does this person communicate, dress, and make decisions? When you start behaving this way, prosperity becomes part of your reality. However, change starts from within, with the way you think and feel about money. When you feel rich internally, it is much easier to take actions that align with external wealth. And it is this alignment between the inside and the outside that creates the perfect conditions for the law of attraction to work. Now, let's explore how language and thoughts can further strengthen this attraction of wealth. When we talk about attracting wealth, it is essential to understand that both language and thoughts play a crucial role in this process. The words you use and the thoughts you feed are like an arrow that points where you want to go. If you are constantly complaining about the lack of money or talking badly about your financial situation, your mind and the universe will respond to this. The law of attraction does not distinguish between positive and negative, it only responds to what you transmit. So, if you constantly talk about scarcity and difficulty, what you are really attracting are more situations of lack. One way to transform this is to replace words of scarcity with words of abundance. Instead of saying "I don't have enough money," say "I am in the process of attracting more wealth." This changes your perception and begins to align your mind with the reality you want to create. The simple act of being more aware of your words begins to generate changes in the way you interact with money and opportunities. And the more you talk positively about money and abundance, the more the universe begins to respond with opportunities that align with this mindset. Furthermore, thoughts play a vital role. If you think all the time that it's not possible to be rich, your brain will look for evidence of this, confirming your belief. But if you start replacing these thoughts with affirmations like "I am worthy of wealth" or "money flows to me easily," you will be creating a new reality. This doesn't happen instantly, but over time, these new thoughts become part of your identity, and your reality begins to change accordingly. When we talk about wealth, we need to see money as an energy, and the way we talk and think about it defines the flow of that energy. If money is treated with respect and gratitude, it begins to multiply. Language and thoughts are the foundations that support the actions you take, and it is the combination of all of these that creates the perfect environment for prosperity. Now, let's look at how to create a thriving mental environment, which is the next step to strengthening your wealth mindset. Creating a thriving mental environment is essential to aligning your thoughts and emotions with what you want to attract. The mental environment you cultivate within yourself is like a fertile ground where the seeds of abundance can grow. If the soil of your mind is full of limiting beliefs and negative thoughts, it will be very difficult to attract any type of prosperity. Therefore, the first step is to cleanse the mind and eliminate all negativity, allowing it to be filled with positive and constructive thoughts. Proctor has always emphasized the importance of creating a mental environment where ideas of success, wealth and abundance can thrive. One of the most effective ways to create this environment is by surrounding yourself with positive stimuli. This can be done through books, podcasts, videos, and even friendships that share a prosperity mindset. When you surround yourself with ideas and people who support your vision of success, your mind begins to accept these new beliefs as truth. For example, you could start your day by watching an inspirational video about prosperity, reading a book about personal finance, or listening to a podcast from someone who has already achieved financial success. This creates an immediate positive impact on your mood. Additionally, it is crucial to practice self-care. Prosperity does not just refer to the financial aspect, but also to emotional and mental well-being. Investing time to take care of your mental and emotional health, practicing meditation, gratitude and positive focus are ways to create an internal environment conducive to success. When you are mentally in balance, your vibration naturally attracts situations and opportunities that align with wealth and prosperity. And we can't forget that the physical environment also has an impact. If your home or workplace is disorganized or messy, it may reflect a disorganized mind, which can affect your ability to attract prosperity. Keeping your space clean, organized, and pleasant helps create an environment that makes it easier to attract wealth. And that brings us to the last step, practical exercises to feel rich right now. Many people believe that the feeling of wealth should only come after achieving a certain financial goal. However, the truth is that you can start feeling rich right now, regardless of your current financial situation. This is possible through simple exercises that help align your mind with the vibration of prosperity. Proctor always talked about the importance of thinking and acting like someone who has already achieved success, and that's exactly what these exercises do. They train your mind to create the feeling of wealth before it manifests itself physically. A powerful exercise for feeling rich is to start visualizing your ideal life. Close your eyes and imagine that you already have everything you want: the house of your dreams, the car you've always wanted, the trips you want to take. feel the emotion of already living this reality. The more vivid your imagination, the more intense your feeling of abundance will be. This exercise can be done for just 10 minutes every day, but it is important that you do it as clearly as possible, as if it were already real. Another effective exercise is practicing gratitude. As I mentioned earlier, being grateful for what you already have is a powerful way to attract more into your life. So, every day, make a list of things you are grateful for. This could include your health, your family, or even simple things like a good coffee or a sunny day. Gratitude raises your vibration and creates a field of abundance. And finally, it's important to remember to take action. It's not enough to just visualize or be grateful, you also need to take actions that align with your prosperity goals. This could be starting to invest in your personal development, looking for new business opportunities, or even saving a symbolic amount every month. These small actions begin to create an abundance mindset, and as you take these actions, the universe begins to respond. Now that you have the tools to transform your mindset and attract prosperity, the only thing left is action. Are you ready to change your financial reality? What are you going to do today to start feeling rich right now? Remember that the law of attraction starts within you, and when you change your mindset, the universe begins to reflect this new energy. So, put what you learned into practice and start acting as if you were already rich. Don't wait for the perfect moment. The perfect time is now. And if you want to continue learning how to transform your life and achieve true prosperity, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss any content that could change your life forever.